Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the theories of language origin, Assalamu alaikum everyone. And in this theory of language origin, in this video, we will discuss the genetic source. Uh, Genetic source means that learning a language is in the genes of human beings. Now, we will discuss that apart from the physical features, that how although the physical features we have teeth, we have tongue, we have lips, but how do we speak words? How do they come on our tongue? How this word formation or production of words, it is processed in our brain and it comes on our tongue and then we produce. So in this video we will discuss this source, the genetic source, that how the language is learned, or is there any about the origin of language, that how the humans they have the ability of speech production. So let's start discussing that. Very interesting point is given here, that the babies they can breathe and drink at the same time. Like when a small baby is born and drinking feeder milk, while they are drinking feeder, a baby is laying on the bed, putting the feeder in his mouth and he is drinking milk, but he is breathing at the same time and he is drinking at the same time. But as the babies they grow up, at the age of 1 year or 2 years, their physical features and the size of the brain, it stabilizes and it doesn't allow them to breathe and eat at the same time, eat or drink at the same time. So when the babies they started eating, their physical features they get mature, so this ability to breathe and drink at the same time, it no more helps the babies to enjoy this facility uh, given by Allah Almighty. So when the babies are born, they have their brain size about 1/4, not developed, a very small size of the brain, as brain has to monitor all the functions of the body. So the maturity of the brain or the complexity of the brain, it is more important for the babies to grow up, or to come out of that ability to drink and breathe at the same time. So this is one of the features in human beings. Now, while talking about uh, this genetic source, sometimes we say that let's start for the sake of understanding. Let's start with this example, that we can speak words through our tongue. We produce sentences, we produce many words through our tongue. But what about the deaf and dumb? The unfortunate children who are, by birth, if they have lost the ability of speaking and hearing, if they cannot speak by birth, they do not have, their tongue is not tuned in a way, or it is not developed in a way that they can speak, so they are dumb, they cannot hear, they cannot speak words. Even if they cannot speak words, they have the ability to understand the sign language, as we have many deaf and dumb schools in almost all the cities of Pakistan, and where most of the dumb students they regularly get education as the normal children, they go to the schools. So this is genetically present in the brain, that they have the ability to understand the words, whether it's sign language, whether it's words language, so whatever it is, or the body gestures, they have, the humans they have this genetic source to for this speech production. So born deaf babies easily learn sign language. They do not feel any hesitation, because tongue produces words. If their tongue is not working, they can understand and write sign language. Uh, then we have human babies are born with the capacity to speak language. That is obvious that we are born with this capacity to speak language. The words they are uh, processed in our brain, and then it comes to our tongue, and then we produce words. I mean, this is the most authentic source to believe about language origin, that we are blessed with the capacity to speak language, the capability to speak language. If we have not been blessed, and if we start believing that it is only the tongue, or it is only the teeth, or it is only the lips, or the larynx, or the pharynx, or any part of the body, that it is much more important. So yes, these features are important, but actually we are blessed, the humans are blessed with the capability to speak language, capability to have speech production. Otherwise humans could not have speak any language, and they might have lived as the animals they are living. So it has the human beings, they have the natural ability. As far as the other creatures are concerned, other living things, animals, or water animals, or uh, land animals, or the birds, they are not blessed with this ability to speak a language. They have only capacity to produce specific sounds, like in pain they have specific sounds, in anger they have specific sound, or to indicate fear to their fellows they have specific sounds. Otherwise they cannot think what happened yesterday, they cannot tell to their fellows that what is happening now, as we can speak. They do not have the capacity. So these are only the human beings, that they are blessed with the genetically they are blessed, that they can speak language. Innateness hypothesis, that nothing can be said with certainty. Definitely we cannot say anything with certainty about the speech of the language, that how do we speak language, as we have discussed many sources: physical adaptation source, a natural source, and other sources also. Now we are discussing this genetic source. So definitely we cannot say anything with certainty. These are the beliefs, these are different historical facts that the historians they have given to us for the sake of studies, for the sake of understanding. Otherwise there is only one belief that is more authentic, that is more reliable, that we are blessed with language, with the capacity to speak language, with the capability to speak language. If we were not blessed by Allah Almighty to have the capability to speak language, then definitely there is no other theory that we can believe. So we, the humans, they have to believe in this, although there is no certain fact about anything, but everyone will have to believe that this source that we are blessed with the language is the most authentic one. Setting aside the physical adaptation source and focus on concepts taken from the study of genetics. So physical adaptation source, that we have physical features to speak language. Apart from that, if we replace it, if we set aside it, do not consider it, then we come to the concepts taken from the study of genetics, that mostly it is believed that this is the genetic source which is actually the origin of the language, that the humans they have the capacity to speak words. And then again the same thing, that a special language gene that only human possess. Language gene means the genes, or the language that is processed in our mind, or you can say that a specific tool that is installed by Allah Almighty in our brain, in our body, that we can have a speech production. Otherwise this speech production, no other theory can be believed with more certainty or with more authenticity. We have only this genetic or this natural source. You can say that we are blessed with a language, and we have the capacity or capability to speak words. That is most reliable source as far as the theories of language origin are concerned.